Hey everybody, come on in here. It's the Shawn Yankey Show. We're getting ready to start in just a minute. I give you a little time to get in because I need a little time. I have to check the audio levels and do technical stuff. This is just me running this show. As hard as that is to believe. It's a one-man operation, so come on in and please like and share. Get this out. But welcome back to the Shawn Yankey Show. This is a live interactive chat show where we can and do talk about absolutely anything at all. So come on in and most important, join in on the discussion because I've got some stuff prepared for us to talk about just to get us going, you know. But this is always a comment driven show. And I may know or have an idea where we're going to start out, but I can't really say for sure where we'll end up. And that's the fun of it. So we gather here every weeknight live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. So wherever you're watching this show, please like and share this out everywhere. Because like I said, I really do depend on you guys to help grow and support this show. So please like this video and share it out, and most important, take part in the show. I really appreciate it, and it helps us do better in the algorithm because we are heavily suppressed on every platform. So that is how you can help support this show for free. All interaction helps. So smash the like buttons and comment. Don't be shy, y'all. We don't bite. We don't bite. Plus, we want to hear from you. But let me see who's here tonight before we begin the monologue. Let me pull up the different places we're live. Oh, Babels was messaging me. Hey, Dot Connector, Gnome, Dreamweaver. What's going on? Good to see a good group on YouTube. Gnome says, I forgot why I subscribed to you, so I'll hang out and watch. Well, hopefully you're digging it by the end. Let me know. Let me know how it turns out. But let me see who's here on Facebook and say hi. Dolores, hey. Hey, Raymond. What's up, Herbert? He's here. Helen. Ginger. Eddie, how you doing? Dale. Joan, good to see you guys. Can you get it any louder? That's it. Are we any better? I'm a little hard of hearing right now, too, so I'll try to speak up a little bit. But that's about as good as I can get it. Your mic gain up a notch or two, please. So she's not the only one having trouble. Let me move a little closer. That's all I got. We are now maxed out. So hopefully we're good, because we're going to go ahead and start the monologue. And the first thing we got to start with, just because it's Memorial Day, would be Memorial Day. And Memorial Day is the day when we thank the troops for their service to this country and remember those who have given their lives serving this country. And thank you. Thank you to every soldier, everybody that's friends with a soldier, everybody that's married to a soldier. Maybe you divorced them. Doesn't matter. Everybody involved or associated with the military, thank you so much for everything that you've been put through. But the best tribute that I think I can give the soldiers who serve this country is to inform as many young people as I can that the military-industrial complex is really about gold, oil, and drugs. When they talk about defending, fighting for good, they're talking about fighting for gold, oil, and drugs. That's what you'll be fighting for. That's what you'll be killing people for. And I want those that would even consider joining, that's who I really want to talk to the most, to understand what it means to sign up for the military, what it really means now, especially now. And it's slowly become what it is now. But my son wanted to join up, my teenage son. And I squashed that immediately because there is no way that I could allow anyone that I know to enter into that contract without the knowledge of what they would really be doing. My dad had a friend when I was growing up, and I used to love going over to his house. He was a really cool guy. He always had the best sweet tea and seemed to always be watching Star Wars. Anyways, he him and my dad would drink, and we would hang out. He had younger kids too. So me and the other kids and my little brother would all hang out and play while they would talk. But I would overhear stuff. I've always been that way, just really observant and paying attention. And I would overhear them talking. And he was telling war stories. He would get to drinking and then tell stories about things that he was still having trouble dealing with all this time later. And I heard him tell some horrible stories and sit there and cry about it. And things he had to do because of orders. And then really what we do to these kids that we won't even sell cigarettes to now is criminal. And the fact that you can sign your life over at 18 but can't smoke a cigarette is insane as well. But that's another rant. But we take these kids and do whatever we do with them for 4 to 8 to 12. I don't know how many times you want to enlist. And then we just throw them away. We don't take care of our veterans like we should. And 22 a day commit suicide. We talk about all these epidemics. That's an epidemic. So we need to be fighting for knowledge, helping people understand that our military is Team America World Police, literally. That's supposed to be a movie, not a documentary. A comedy movie. But it's becoming true. We're using these kids to conduct about 8 different wars right now. We're all over the place. We have bases all over the world. Everywhere. Our military is huge. But we're not defending freedom. We're not defending liberty. We're not defending democracy. We don't even have democracy in our own country. We're defending and taking possession of resources like gold, precious metals, drugs. We've been guarding poppy fields in Afghanistan since 9/11. There was a whole agenda, a plan laid out in advance for this agenda in the Middle East. What's going on? What's been going on since then? All on a lie. That was a false flag, 9/11. And that's how they get into a lot of these things. They lie. They cheat and steal to keep war going. Because the military-industrial complex has bought off our government. There's been presidents, multiple presidents, try to warn about it. It's a fact. And it's a real problem. And we have to acknowledge this. We can't act like this isn't real. This isn't true. But I don't believe that anybody signs up for the military with bad intentions. For one, they're bribed. They offer you college. That's why they don't want free college. That's why they don't want to expand public education to include college. Because they would lose their incentive for people to sign their lives away and join the military. It's a big reason why my son wanted to do it. Was because it would allow him to go to college. And I was like, man, I will make it happen, Whatever I got to do, we'll figure something out. We can figure something else out besides doing that. Because you might be lucky. Both of my grandparents, my grandfathers on both sides, were in World War II, and both of them were very lucky. They had positive experiences in the war. They happened to, you know, obviously miss out on extreme danger. And they were both in, one of my grandpas worked on planes in the Air Force, and then the other was in drove transport vehicles. But they had positive experiences. A lot of people do. I'm just saying it's very likely that you may not. And if you don't, we don't take proper care of those people. And it's awful. Paul says, why aren't there recruitment stations in rich hoods? Exactly. Exactly, because rich kids have more options. They don't need that. It's exactly why they won't guarantee higher education as part of public education. That's why they don't want to do it. It's one of their only incentives. Shawn says, enough talks. We need an Iceland movement now, or a moment now. They are destroying our country. And they are, and we'll get into that. We're going to get into that in a second. I have something that's kind of relevant to that, but we're going to get onto that in a little bit more here in a minute. But I want to put a little bow on the Memorial Day thing. I am not saying anything bad about the troops or soldiers or people that enlist. Thank you to everyone that serves this country. I know you have the best of intentions. What I feel I need to inform people about, and people need to know, including you, is that the military is not used for the reasons that they say. Their sales pitch is bullshit. It's business. But the next thing I want to talk about really quick. Oh my goodness, I almost stepped on Sass McFrass. We're going to get into Sass McFrass here in a little bit too. But I got an envelope the other day. This envelope right here. And it sat on my desk, unopened, for like a week. I had this envelope and I just kind of moved it around. I knew what it was. But this letter is from the Missouri Democratic Party. Now, some of you know that I ran to be a Missouri state delegate for Bernie Sanders. You know, I put my name in and I ran at the state level to be a state delegate, to be a national delegate if I win. But I had honestly forgotten about it after Bernie dropped out. And I've been trying to move on. But I finally caved and opened this letter yesterday afternoon. And I won at the state level. And I'm a state delegate. And I'm now in the running to win a spot to be a national delegate at the convention for Bernie. And I'm looking at this ballot with my name on it. And I don't know how to feel. I mean, I won. I'm a state delegate. My name is on the ballot to be a national delegate. And I can't be excited. I knew what was in that envelope, and that's why I waited to open it. I knew it had to do with the delegate thing. I didn't think that I won. That's cool that I won at the state level. And it'd be even cooler to win at the national. But this puts me in an awkward spot, really. I believe in this movement to my core. It means everything to me. But I still do not agree with what Bernie did and continues to do. And I can't see financing a trip to fight for a man who has shown he doesn't want to fight for us. See how it puts me in an awkward spot? I watched what happened in 2016. I was as there as I could be. I wasn't able to go. But I followed every live stream that I could find, every news story I could find, and the delegates were treated like shit in 2016. Now, I'm a little pissed at Bernie right now. I won, like, it's kind of cool. I won. I'm a state delegate. I should be excited right now. I should be planning my campaign to win at the national level, pushing and trying to become one of the chosen to go to the convention. And it's not that I don't want to go. I would like to go. It would be a good experience. You know what I mean? It would be interesting. But in 2016, we saw what happened. We saw what happened. We saw what the media will do, how they will completely ignore it. They will completely ignore the fact that half of the damn delegates walked out of the convention and protested. They filled it with seat fillers, and then parts that they couldn't fill with seat fillers, they just turned the damn lights off. They will have a convention with no one, if need be. They don't give a shit. So they treated those delegates like garbage. And Bernie knows that. So now I'm in a weird spot. Doing the Daily Burn every day did something to me because it gets in your head. I believe in all this. Like I said, I believe in this movement. I had another delegate, a state delegate, attack me for even questioning what would I do, because I posted it on Facebook. And someone said, I wouldn't post that if I was you, but really, I can't hide anything at this point on Facebook. I'm pretty out in the open about absolutely everything. But Lee says he sold us out, and he's right. And continues to. And then he shamed his supporters who fought for him. And continues to do that. If you cannot support a rapist with dementia, then something's wrong with you. You're irresponsible. I disagree. I think what Bernie did is very irresponsible. Because a lot of people say, all right, he was sheepdogging for the Dems. Well, he's not a very good sheepdog. You can't sheepdog with an agenda that's completely opposite of everything your party stands for. How does that work? I don't understand how that's successful. It doesn't work. Yeah, Paul. Paul was at the 2016 convention. I followed a lot of Paul's live streams. 2016 convention was a total shit show. So, do I want to put myself in that situation? Do I want to pursue this? Is this a life experience that would be memorable? Because I know Bernie's not going to fight. You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't be going with it in my head that, if we stick together, if we fight hard, we can pull everybody over to Bernie Sanders. I have no delusions in my head of that. And I know that probably, even if we did, Bernie would concede the nomination and give it to Biden anyway. So, is it something I would push for? Because I would not vote for anyone but Bernie. I wouldn't vote for Biden. I would do what I'm supposed to do as a Bernie delegate. I would vote Bernie Sanders. I would not do what he asks me to do and vote for Joe Biden. So I would be a very loyal Bernie delegate. I would actually be a good Bernie delegate. Kilo says you don't fight for politicians. Well, I fought for a movement that I believed in. Philip says, why would you want to be treated like the delegates were in 2016, even if there is a convention? I don't. But, I want something to matter. I don't know. I guess it's an easy decision. Yeah, Heath, let anyone try to shame me into supporting Joe Biden. There's no way in hell that I would support Joe Biden. Ever. There never was. But after everything that's come out, Ginger says they are checking national delegates online, and if they criticize Biden, they are dropped. Whoops. I guess I answered my own question. You know what? I couldn't have hit anything. I would have already had a bad experience. You know what I mean? If you look through my timeline and you're supporting Joe Biden, you're going to have a bad time. Pretty much. Jay said, would you vote for me if on a ballot? I would. I would. You would be a kick-ass president. You know, and I like your platform, and I'm sure you would push for marijuana legalization, which needs to be decriminalized at the federal level. I shared yet another piece today to my Facebook page about people being in prison over cannabis in places where it's legal. It is legal in Michigan. This story was from Michigan. This is crazy. This is crazy, this reality. The government is making money selling weed, and they have people locked up in prison for selling weed. I would be a great delegate, Heath. I would. And I'm in the running to be a Bernie delegate. So they're kicking out any Bernie delegates that say anything negative about Joe Biden. Doesn't really surprise me. Paul says Jeff Day had the best videos by far. I don't know about that because I'm pretty sure that I have always had the best videos in any category. So he had like the second best, maybe, tops. But does he have a kitten? Like, I've got a kitten. So, just saying. Yeah, Dale, last I checked, Jay was running for president. Jones says, why do I think Bernie would concede if he got the nomination? Because I don't think he wants it. I don't think he's behaving like somebody that wants it. I don't. Because it is so far past pathetic what is going on the Democratic side. It is beyond crazy running Joe Biden for president. Wait, I'm going to skip ahead. I'm going to skip ahead in my notes. I was saving this for later, but the impossible has happened, y'all. I will admit, the impossible has happened. Joe Biden has said something that I agree with, and I'm going to give him my full support. Joe Biden announced that he's going to defeat Joe Biden, and I think he's doing an excellent job. His mind is slipping. Joe Biden is not mentally fit for the job. He was already a horrible candidate, a terrible person, has a creepy background. Search creepy Uncle Joe. Do any search engine you want to use, wouldn't really matter. Search creepy Uncle Joe. You don't even have to say Joe Biden. You're going to get images after images after images of him being super creepy. But Bernie wants me to support him. And apparently, you can't be a delegate if you don't. Babels won't turn the air conditioner on. Hashtag Babels turn the air conditioner on. She says it's not hot enough. It's totally hot enough. Did you see the sweat drip off my face? That's with a hat on, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then Bernie wants me, someone that doesn't even want to turn the air conditioning on because it's too expensive, to finance a trip to the convention when he didn't even see it through. If he really cared to see his movement through, he would have stayed in the race. Half the states hadn't even voted yet. So he loses all leverage by dropping out. That's why I think he would concede it. I think he would do what he did in 2016 and concede the rules and go ahead and give the nomination to whoever they're pitching. I don't know that it'll be Joe Biden. You know, how long can the media hide Joe Biden's obvious mental decline? They've hidden it for a while. I mean, it's kind of impressive. If you think about it, it's actually a little scary. You know? Leroy says, take that mask off your ass and pug it in your face. Is it true you have taken a lot of money from the right to spew your shit? Are you being serious, Leroy? I gotta back up. Is Leroy for real? Money from the right? Why would it be from the right? What have I said so far that's made you... There is a fan on, Heath. You can't hear it? I was afraid you'd be able to hear it. There is a fan on. There's a fan in the window. And then it's blowing air. And it's not enough. It's not enough. I'm a hot-natured person anyway because I'm smoking hot, which raises your temperature probably by 10 degrees at least. But I'm just hot-natured. And Paul says the edibles are starting to kick in. Wait. Raymond says, Bernie always told us this is not about me, Bernie. Why do you people keep missing that? I get that. That's the most important part of Bernie's message. Matter of fact, I've lived this experience with you guys. Some of you were with me when this was the Daily Burn. So you remember those shows, or you remember that period of time at least. And I still believe all that stuff, and I reread Our Revolution, in fact, after he dropped out and endorsed Biden, just to refresh it in my mind. And I still believe in everything he represents. All of my Bernie stuff's still up. Matter of fact, I'm wearing the Bernie shirt right now. I told you if I win, I would vote for Bernie. That's exactly how I would vote. I'd be a great delegate. But if Ginger's right, I've already shot myself in the foot. So I may have already took myself out of the running. Dot says Trump has another corpse as an opponent. Turn on the AC, right? Hashtag turn on the AC. Babels, come on. She's the boss. You know, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So Babels says it ain't time. She says it's too expensive. It ain't time. It is. Totally is. And the Rona's out there. And I know that heat keeps Rona away. But I'm already covered because cannabis also keeps the Rona away. And we all know that this is a cannabis-friendly show. I'm covered. I'm safe. I fully treated myself before the show. I'm covered. We can do the air. Lee says someone's running for Senate, according to him. I can't keep up. I love when it's like this, by the way. Ginger says, quit being a dick. Leroy, Shawn doesn't use crack. Oh. Leroy says, Jesus, whoa. Man, you have a filthy mouth. You need some Orbits. He thinks I smoke crack. Look at your eyes, man. And you're gibberish. Your spewing give you away. Crack. You know, just one injection of the crack will have you spewing truth and conspiracy theories and saying things like Building 7 was rigged to collapse, and if it was, then all three were, and no plane hit the Pentagon. You know, these are the kind of things that you say when you smoke crack. You know, you're not the first person who accused me of smoking crack. I wonder why. Maybe it is my eyes. I happen to have a condition. I don't know what you would call it. But a lot of Russian people have the same thing. I just have dark circlings around my eyes. It's part of how beautiful I am, for one. I mean, it's kind of... A lot of women spend a lot of money on makeup to get these kind of dark circles around their eyes. So I'm kind of born goth, if you want. Also, I don't give a rat's ass what you think about me. And I would let you sit and troll endlessly because any, I said it at the beginning of the show, but I'll say it again because a lot of people forget. Any interaction in the show is good, right? So don't let him bother you guys because I can't do anything about him right now. So don't let him bother you and don't feed the trolls, but let him go crazy. Yeah, Dale, my eyes are dreamy. It's one of my best qualities. They are hazel, but they're not exactly hazel. They're kind of a magical color that transforms sometime depending on what I'm wearing. I'm wearing blue right now, so they're probably extremely beautiful, you know, and you can help support us on Patreon and help us get better lighting and cameras and microphones and cooler shit, and we'll get prettier and prettier and prettier. But that's not what this show's about. As much as everyone wants me to be a model, we just have discussions on here. We talk about truth and real issues. And you don't have to be on the right to know Joe Biden has dementia. Is that why you think I'm on the right? Joe Biden has dementia, dude. It's not anything to do with being on the right. It's not gibberish. I'm working on a video right now. It's so long I can't edit the damn thing of gaffes, Joe Biden gaffes. You heard the one I told you a minute ago. He said on live TV today that he was going to beat Joe Biden. Didn't even realize he said something wrong. He is falling apart mentally. He fell asleep while Hillary Clinton endorsed him. His wife has to take over some of his live feeds. He can't handle a conditioned live stream. He could set it up. I know for a fact because I do. So if I can pull it off, Joe Biden should be able to pull it off. And he's got teleprompters and all kinds of shit. He's got a lot more money than me. He could have a very professional setup. He can't get through one, not one. He's supposed to be president. I got to be on the right to think that's ridiculous. We didn't even start talking about his politics yet. He's a Republican. So you got to be on the right to support Joe Biden. I don't know. Plus, have you ever tried crack, sir? I mean, you're not supposed to knock things till you've tried it. Kathy says, you'd be my candidate if on a ballot. Aw, I should run for something. I'm going to run for something. I want to be mayor. I think it would be cool. And if I was mayor, I would definitely wear a sash like the mayor on The Simpsons. Otherwise, why be mayor? Paul, there is going to be strippers. Sass McFrass. Sass McFrass will be on here in a little bit. And you're going to love it. Marie says Biden is going to beat Biden. He is already kicking his own ass. Biden has already defeated Joe Biden. He's doing a great job. I told you, I endorse him. I now endorse him. I think he's the best person to beat Joe Biden. There's nobody better. Noam says, I think I made him mad. If I ever fought for an ex-girlfriend, I got a regretful story for you. Oh, wait. I don't know why they hid that comment. Noam had a comment. Noam says Biden is so dumb his VP would be the real president. That's what he's been telling people anyway. You got to be ready to take over the job on day one. He's not even probably going to be the nominee. I don't see him making it to the convention. Leroy's going to have his heart broken because Trump's going to win. And you don't need to be on the right to know that either. The Democrats are running Trump's re-election campaign. They're doing all they can to get Trump reelected, and they're not afraid of Trump getting reelected. They're completely comfortable about it. Kilo said, no, that wasn't the one that was hidden. What he said was, but at least you know some cool combat shit now. I guess because he said shit. Dot Connector says dark circles equals lack of B vitamins. I'm looking at my picture on Facebook or on YouTube right now, And I think with the new light, I look sexy. Of course, the hat does throw a little shadow still, but I'm a little turned on just kind of looking at it. No, Gnome says I didn't call you. Oh, I didn't mean to imply you were trolling. Not at all. No, you're not trolling. I didn't think that. No, you. They hid it. I didn't show it. You didn't do nothing. They hide it anytime. Anytime you cross a YouTube rule, they'll flag the comment. Facebook doesn't do that. Facebook doesn't do that. But they also don't hold you responsible for the comments on Facebook, or they haven't yet. I shouldn't say they don't. They just haven't yet. I feel like we're being throttled really heavy on Facebook today. I feel like with everybody here, they it just makes me upset. The censorship. You know, I've seen everybody talking about I shared. I see the shares. Doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to keep plugging away. You know, we'll get through. I'll find a platform that allows truth. I know it's unpopular speech on literally every platform, but we will break through in some way, somewhere, if I end up full circle and doing a show out of my garage like William Cooper. If we end up all the way there, we will keep trying. Kilo says YouTube sucks. It's not just YouTube. It's Facebook too. Man, I've been streaming on Facebook for about 4 years now. YouTube not that long. Only about 6 months, maybe a year. I don't even think a year. I think about 6 months. Facebook a lot longer. Got a lot more followers on Facebook too. You know, my YouTube channel is a baby. I just got past 1,000 subscribers. So we still got a long way to go over on YouTube. We've got a lot of growing to do. But it's been tough. As everything I want to talk about, everything I'm interested in, has to do with truth. And so no matter what I talk about, I'm going to be talking about it in an unpopular way, in a way that is suppressed and kept from people and just hidden more and more every day. You know, book burning never stopped. It's maybe even worse now. They just remove and even edit information in real time. They just edit the truth. Raymond says the new look is laggy. Had to switch back to Facebook. YouTube feed lost. Still show 4 on here from YouTube. The new look is laggy, Raymond says. Well, we're still experimenting. This is only the 33rd episode, which a lot of you know means I'm in the Illuminati now. I'm officially in the Illuminati because I've reached level 33. Lee says 16 here on Facebook. See, mine shows 14. I just, for some reason, feel like the names I've seen, that's why I'm saying it. I know the reach that everyone here has and how many people actually follow a lot of these people. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Dale says, my feed on YouTube runs much better than Facebook, but the crowd over there is non-existent. There's a good group tonight talking on Facebook. Kilo says, I learned some tradition, value related that was beneficial, work ethics, etc. in the military. You probably learned a lot of good things. I'm not trying to discredit all of it. I'm just saying I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I would have to speak against it, enlisting in the military. I don't think it's a good idea. Joan says, I can't figure out how to comment on the YouTube site. It's difficult. If you go there with the link I share on Facebook, I don't think you can. I think you got to get there on YouTube, it's weird. It's not very user friendly. And for a site that primarily does video, you would think it would be, but it's not. Lee says the truth is hate speech. It's sad reality, but it's true. That's where we're at. And there's a skeptic. Have you guys ever dealt with those? For just a second. Have any of you dealt with someone that identifies as a skeptic? So that you know what I'm talking about. But they want to have me on their podcast. And I'm going to do it. But they want to have me on because I believe in conspiracy theories. Well, maybe I believe in some that are weird. I'm sure I do. But a lot of the ones that I really believe in and push the most are true. A lot of conspiracy theories are. But these skeptics still won't even accept them. Like 9/11. To this day. No matter how much evidence presented, they'll just look the other way. Even Building 7. Just be like, well, I never knew that. But still, I bet there's an explanation. Oh, the new Facebook page. I don't know what I'm doing, Raymond. So I'm trying it out. It's I'll have to look at it and see what it looks like when you're watching it. But you can set your page up to be formatted a certain type of way. And I set it up for video because that's pretty much all we do now. Because I had someone helping me with content, but things came up and she can't do it anymore. And she was posting like every day. So we were having real content on the page and it was getting a following. But that kind of stopped when she had to quit. Now, really my videos are the only thing that hit the page. So I thought setting it up for video would be smart. But really, a lot of times I'm just swinging in the dark and figuring this out as we go. So I'll look at it and see how it looks. I did that like an hour ago. I was like bored and sitting here setting up for the show and I clicked on it. I just noticed it. Because now that she had to stop, I'm trying to learn how to do the page. Because she was kind of teaching me stuff. I never took the time. That's all it really is. I have a computer in my pocket. I have access to YouTube. I have access to all this information. A wealth of information. I can learn anything I want. It's laziness. That's what's kept me from doing it. I should be honest. Kilo says combat-related things seemed unbeneficial. No civilian applications relating to tanks. Most civilians wouldn't. It's a world that most don't understand. A lot of it isn't what you think. You could probably teach me a lot of things too. I'm sure that I've heard a majority of bad things, and every story has two sides. But you would agree with me as far as what the military-industrial complex represents and the way our military is used around the world, though, I'm sure. So, yeah, there's pros and cons. I'll give you that. See, I'm dying in here. Dying. And this new light isn't even hot. My old light was hot. This light, very nice. It's not even hurting my eyes. Because when you do crack, it's hard on your eyes. No, I don't smoke crack, but I do smoke cannabis, sir, every day. Every day, sir. And I'm proud of it. And a lot of times my eyes are a little glassy, a little bit reddish. But they're super healthy. And like, they're so clear. I can see everything. I can almost make out details on the map of Missouri on my wall. So I'm good. And it doesn't bother me. And if it bothers you, that's your problem, your issue, not mine. Kathy says the ones who deny 9/11 was an inside job are supporting Biden. Yeah, they deny everything. Everything that doesn't fit their comfortable little narrative and the way they want to believe the world is. They deny it all. That's all they know how to do. Kathy got a badge. Hold on, let me back up. Whoa, you're top fan. I love the badges. For those of you on YouTube that don't know, Facebook has badges. And they had taken ours away for a little while on Facebook. They do things to discourage and to hold things back. But they took our badges away. But now they're back. And I'm pretty excited about it. Jones says, your badge is gone. Why is your badge gone? Man, badges are competitive. Dude, I hate when you guys lose badges. Oh, Ginger's at work. Ginger's a nurse on the front lines. So in danger. Be careful, Ginger. Good night. Yeah, Lee, Biden doesn't even support Biden. I don't think he wants to be running, quite honestly. I don't think he does. You know, but again, while we're talking about being hot and Babel's not wanting to turn the air conditioner on yet, why does electricity have to be so expensive when we all know damn well free energy is possible? You know, the only reason why it's not a reality is because it's right in the name of it. Free energy. There's nowhere to stick the meter. It's possible. There are better alternatives to what's going on, and I should be able to afford air conditioning right now. Angers me that I can't. I want a second job just to be cool and comfortable. You know how much better I sleep cool? Like I said, I'm hot-natured. You sleep good when you're sweating? I don't. Philip says Ginger is a house on fire, isn't she? She's everywhere. Very busy bee. Has a very demanding, high stress, high workload job. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but a very busy, fast-paced type of job. And then also is very active outside of that. Joan says I look really good tonight. And I'm going to care a little bit more about a female opinion of how I look than your opinion, sir. I'm just saying. Joan thinks I look really nice. And the picture is very clear. So, there you go. Raymond says Joe is the establishment's sweetheart and he will represent them well. If he manages to hold himself together and to defeat Donald Trump, which he won't be able to do. I don't think he can beat Donald Trump. Yeah, Kathy, Ginger is a patriot. Marie says I have to sleep in a room at 70 or cooler. I'm on Team Marie. That's how I like it. I don't like to be hot. I hate it. Noam said Tesla 2020. The amount of stuff that was stolen from humanity by what was done to Nikolai Tesla and then what was done with everything that he had researched, all of his information and knowledge that the government went in and stole, it was all squandered, and now they control it all. They have ownership of it because they think they own everything. You know, the smartest man probably to ever live lived in poverty, died alone, and then everything was looted afterwards. And he did invent free energy. I'm absolutely convinced of it. Matter of fact, they have reconstructed a Tesla tower, and it stands right now and operates in Texas. They covered it on True Stream Media and showed it. Jones says one place is putting turbines in the water mains to generate electricity. And that's a really smart idea. I saw that you shared that piece. Why aren't they doing that everywhere? Why isn't that a regular thing? Why wouldn't that be something that they would instantly do everywhere? Because they don't care. They don't care. They love this greed-driven system. This is the way they like it. They love waste. They don't give a shit. let's see. I'm afraid. I'm afraid, guys. I'm afraid that it's that time again where we must say goodbye till tomorrow. But thanks so much for watching. You know, I wish we could keep going, but I promised Babels I would wrap up by 8 because I am going to barbecue tonight. I'm going to attempt to anyway. I've never used a propane grill. Hank Hill would be very mad at me if he heard me say that, but I never have, so I'm going to learn. And I'm going to use the computer in my pocket if need be. I'm definitely not going to ask. I will figure it out on my own. But thanks for watching, guys. And thanks for sharing. And thanks for taking part in the show. The comment section was fire tonight. I really appreciate it. And it's going to take me a while to go back through all of that. But thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow. Same time. We do this every weeknight, Monday through Friday. And hashtag Babels turn on the air conditioner. Let's get that trending. We can make this happen. We can pull at our heartstrings. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow.